Carolyn Castleberry knows all about time management. She's an award-winning reporter with stories featured on CNN, CBC, and Fox and Friends, as well as a former co-host of ABC Family's Living the Life. She's also the author of several books, including Women Take Charge of Your Money, Proven Investor, Women Get Answers About Money, and It's About Time. And we're happy that she's made time to join us on the couch. Carolyn Castleberry, welcome to Full Circle.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here. And you're talking about holiday shopping.
Oh, listen.
Is anybody thinking about money?
We're going to run the gamut with you, okay? Because we're going to pick your brain. Now, in your book, It's About Time, I was really poring over this one because you make a comment here where you say that we are doing more but are less satisfied.
Absolutely. We are in a crisis of time and money, and those two things are connected. Really, when you think about it, time is our greatest asset, isn't it? I mean, the hours that we spend, the days that we spend, that's what we have. That's what we have to invest. We did an online survey with Simon & Schuster of 300 women, found that 3 out of 4 women are not happy with how they are spending their time. That's 75% of us. And 1/3 felt that they were completely overwhelmed, that time was really running them and that they weren't in charge of their own time. So you have to look at what is going on. And I think really all you have to do is look at the headlines of today and realize we're doing much more but enjoying it less. You look at our lifestyle, and I read a report with Canada, something like 900,000 children are in poverty, and many of those children come from single families, single moms, and women are stressed out. They don't know where to turn. I guess the basic message is there is a place to turn. God still has a plan for your life. He hasn't left you. He hasn't forsaken you, and there is a way out.
Now, you're talking about, single moms, and I happen to have a couple of good friends who are single moms, and frankly, I'm overwhelmed after I spend like a couple of hours with them, right? And I know, sometimes it's fairly easy to say, and I'm single, so I'm just like, whatever I want to do with my time is my time, right? But obviously, if you
enjoy it.
Thank you.
While you have it, enjoy it.
Yeah, but like obviously, with a woman who's trying to raise a child and working and doing all of those things, what are some practical ways that single moms can enjoy their time more?
I'll tell you, we have in It's About Time, we break it down into different time groups, and every time group has time strategies. For the overwhelmed, my very top tip is take time in the morning to meet with the Lord. And I know that's one more thing. You're thinking, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time to sit down and actually pray and look at what I'm supposed to be doing in life. But I know that I call it meeting with my CEO. That's in time and money. If I don't take that 15 minutes, 30 minutes every day to just sit down and have that meeting, Lord, what is it I'm supposed to be doing with this day? Where is it that you would have me helping or serving? And from there, the day just seems to be more ordered. It's less stressful because you're taking time to connect with your Creator. He's the one who made you. So that's my top tip for anybody. The overwhelmed, the self-stressed is another time group. We found that it's not just a big time management problem. There are different time groups that you fit into. I am the self-stressed. I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to time.
Okay, I think I am.
Are you?
I know.
Yeah. I can tell. I can look around and say self-stressed, and there's also, and what that means is I put too much on myself, and I've had to learn to manage myself. We have a web channel now that I run, and I'm my toughest boss that I've ever had because I have to just sit back and say, wait a second. I don't need to be so hard on myself. And I think women in general, we can be that way. Then there's the pressured woman. And a lot of the single moms fall into this category as well too, where they say if it weren't for everyone else, I'd be fine. A lot of us on the job or working 2 jobs that we may not love in this economy are in that place right now where we feel constantly pressured.
Actually, we've been called, this generation of women, the most practiced role jugglers yet.
Yes.
We are really trying to do too much.
Absolutely. And sometimes we need to just go through, keep a time log. Anybody keep a budget? Or if you're going on a diet, some sort of tracking of what you're taking in and what you're putting out, same thing with time. Do that for a day. Do that for maybe 2 or 3 days, and you'll start to see, wow, I'm spending an hour watching, or 2 hours watching television. I'm
Facebook.
spending Facebook. My daughters, we have teenage daughters. They spend probably, a good hour, 2 hours until I go in and say, are you doing homework? Are you on Facebook? So when I say, all right, 15, 30 minutes to meet with the Lord, you're thinking, I don't have that. But then start looking at where are we wasting time,
I think
and
that's
what
one
can
of
we
the
be
most
doing?
valuable practical exercises that I gleaned from all your wisdom. If you've done it with a diet, you have to write down everything you put in your mouth.
Right, exactly.
And you start saying, ooh, look at the junk going in there. It's the same with how we spend our day. Very revelational, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes.
And the other point, along with writing down what kind of is filling your day, I liked when you talked about creating a mission statement, creating what do you actually want your life to be about. Then actually that sets your day. That will set your schedule to say,
Right.
I want to be about these things. And then, okay, if I want to be about these top 3 things in my life, how are my time is allocated to grow those virtues or those values in my life?
Great point. Bible says, Proverbs actually says, know where you're headed and you'll stay on solid ground. That's 4:26. And think about it. Do you have a mission statement? Couple of words. And I've put mine in the book, but mine has changed in the next 4 to 5 years. We have teenage daughters, 13, 15. I'm teaching one how to drive. That's how I'm investing my time right now.
You are a brave woman.
And
my husband was always the one that taught them
Really?
how to drive.
It's me.
Oh,
Oh,
bless your
yes.
heart.
So my 2 words are finish well. Over these next 4 to 5 years, this is the time that I have. And that's why I've been able to sort of look at things and where I'm investing my time and work flexibly around them, because I'll never have these years back. So finish well for them. And if you look at, you can have shorter mission statements. You don't have to figure this out for all of your life. What is my whole life going to be about? What might this year be about? What is my mission statement? What do I want to accomplish in this year? And that way you're breaking it down into little baby steps. We throw a lot at you in time and money. You don't have to process all about it. I was laughing as I was coming in because I understand that you all read all 4 of the books.
You are prolific.
Oh, man.
I love that. And I thought, oh, those poor ladies, they have a lot going on in their mind. One baby step at a time, one strategy at a time. And I'll tell you another top tip for your single mom: ask for help.
Oh gosh.
Ask for help.
Or volunteer it too. I think for me sometimes,
Yes.
we wait for people to ask for help. I always, try my best to try and remember some of my friends who, do need a little bit of help and try and reach out to them. So that's great advice.
Right, and especially this time of year, we're thinking about giving gifts and material things to other people, but what about giving that gift of time? Hey, do you need me to watch your children for an hour or 2 so you can go have a break? What a great gift that would be. So it's a creative way to do it. If you are in crisis, any of your viewers who are watching, if you're one of those single moms who has the 900,000 children, if you're in poverty and you're in a crisis of time, my top strategy is ask for help. And that takes humility. Humility is the beginning of wisdom, and it's the beginning of change, to be able to say, I don't have this all together. We're not supposed to figure this out by ourselves. Why is it that we as women feel that we have to? That we have to have that perfect role, that perfect life, when we're supposed to need each other?
And the perfect place to find that help should be the church. And that's why it's so important to get connected in a solid church community, a Bible teaching church community that says, okay, you know what, we're not only going to speak the words, we're going to live the life of Jesus as a community and reach out to those single moms, those homeless, the ones who need the food bank. Have a food bank as part of your church, so that you can feed people who come to your door and say, yes, we're going to feed you in a tangible way, spiritually, yes, and also physically.
And as leaders in the church, it's incumbent upon us to step up and say, okay, here are the real needs. My company is called Faith Solutions, so bringing faith and life together. One of the things that we don't talk about in the church is money. And money is huge. Money relates to time, especially for your single mom friend, to all of us. So it really is our role as leaders in the church, as leaders in our community, to say, where are people hurting? Are you looking for a job? Are you trying to figure this life out? Do you need help in learning how to manage money and in finances? Or do you just need a hand to hold while you're going through this crisis. And we get so caught up in our own lives, we get so busy, and we're running around doing all these things. 1 in 5 are busier than they were just 3 years ago. So we're continually doing more and more, and not stepping back and saying, wait a second, what can I cut out? What really matters?
Well, that's just it.
Yes.
You put more on your plate, but then you don't take off the things off of your plate that you really shouldn't be doing, that somebody else could be doing.
Absolutely, and you think about that if you're going on a diet, you would do something differently. You would put something on, but you would take something off. So it really is a budget of time. It's a budget of your hours.
You talk about avoiding time traps.